Welcome, students. We are back here again with another Leader Spotlight, and today we have Miss Tina Easton with us. So let's just get started. Go ahead and tell us about yourself, who you are, your family, what you do, how long you've been in student ministry, all of those things.
All right. So as you said, I'm Tina Easton. I teach seventh grade girls at First Baptist. Also teach fourth grade at the academy. Goodness, we have been going to First Baptist, well, ever since Abigail was a baby. So about 18 years, close to 18 years. So just, been a part of the ministry. Love youth ministry. The group of girls we've got right now, I've been with for the last 2 years. I'm thankful that we're doing that. We're able to continue with them because we're really getting to know them well. And so
Yeah, that's awesome.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead. Sorry. Say my parents also go to the church as well. My mom is involved and has been involved in youth ministry too. Of course, my oldest son Ben was a youth intern with you about a year ago. I guess it's been close to a year since he's gotten married. So
yeah, your family is really everywhere. You guys are at the school, you guys are at the church. Your husband is a coach, right? And Sunday school teacher, and Abigail's a senior in our student ministry. Your parents are here, so you guys are just all over the place. We love the Eastons. That's just true of, I think, every one of them. They're great, and many students will remember Ben and just how much they loved him during his time here as well. So, and so you said you've been teaching seventh grade girls. How long do you think you've been serving in the student ministry altogether?
I started thinking about that. I think it's been 4 years because I know I had the group of eighth grade girls. And I think I came in. I'm thinking it's been close to 4 years. So yeah, we're. I mean, it's a great ministry, and in any ministry we've been blessed, or I've been blessed more than any kind of blessing that you could give. You learn so much through the kids. Even fourth grade, my fourth graders that I teach at school, and these seventh graders too.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about right now, like with the school as a teacher. Things are, of course, we've been impacted here, school and church, by the tornado and now the virus. So how are you guys able to do things a little bit differently for the school to continue meeting with your kids and learning and things like that?
Yeah, we're doing online school. We're going through the Google Classroom, and so I'm submitting lessons every day, and the kids are doing those, submitting those back. And there's been a lot of learning curve here, I think, for all of us and in general. And that's been actually a huge blessing. I think we needed that. But I was telling someone the other day, I'm getting to know my kids in a way better because they're responding just with little private comments, and a lot of the ones that might have been a little quieter are coming out with a little bit of a sense of humor. We've gotten onto the Zoom calls with the fourth grade as well, and their personalities are coming out, and you're getting to see their homes. And so we're kind of getting, I mean, if we, it's all been very difficult, but when you get to kind of go into someone's home and in a weird kind of way, and you see their dogs and you hear their mom and dad walk by, you just kind of feel like you get to know them on a different level. So in a way, that's been good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've thought the same thing in having small groups and things with students. It's like, oh, I now get to see their dog and see their room, and I never would have guessed that their room would be bright pink or something. And you kind of get an inside view into everybody's life. It's like another layer that we get to see everyone during this time. It's like a small blessing during all of this. Well, with all of that, I know that that's affected your work, and it's obviously affected ministry here. How is that and the tornado and everything personally affected your family, your parents, you guys in general? How's that?
Yeah, my parents, and I know my girls know this, but my parents lost their home the night of the tornado. They were hit. Luckily, they were hurt a little bit, but they were, obviously they're fine now. They're living in a guy from our Sunday school class offered his home to them. He was in our Sunday school class years and years ago, but so they're living in that right now, and they are in the process of rebuilding. So that has been, if I can't wait till all of this calms down and I'm able to actually process everything that's happened over the last, month and a half. and I know everybody is that way, but that was difficult at first. And of course, we went right into this pandemic, and that's affected them a lot because they're just pretty much, they're older and they're right staying in that home, and I know that's difficult on them. Of course, Abigail's a senior, and I mean, you teach those girls, and that's just been really, really difficult for them as well. And Samuel, my middle son, yeah, goes to Tennessee Tech, and he has moved home and is living here with us and trying to do more online. And Ben is and Katie are in Cookeville, and they're still doing their schooling and so forth. But Ben works for Coke, so actually he has been out in it all during this whole thing. He has not gotten off work and kind of been, on the front lines of being out there and around everything. So yeah, I mean, I think, everybody kind of has their personal story, but like I said, I can't wait to kind of stop and look back at all this and go, wow, this all just happened. And honestly, I mean, God's been I mean, he has just shown himself in every situation. Before, with my parents, before we even needed things that they would come up, people would call the house that they got in the night after the tornado. Like I said, the guy that used to be in our Sunday school class messaged me and just said, "Your parents need a home." And we're like, we don't even know. We're just like, we didn't even know what was going on yet. But I mean, God provided that for them, and it's just been, it's really been neat to watch, because you really realize in all this that we, without him, I mean, we have nothing. That he's taken care of all of us and provided for all of us in the midst of this. So, again, that's a blessing to look back and see that.
I love that. You're so right. The Lord is in every part of this. It's so cool to see. Well, I guess my next question to you would be, what do you think that the Lord is already teaching you in this time? I mean, of course, all of us are kind of waiting to get to the end where we can look back and celebrate things and be joyful and praise the Lord for the good that we learned through this. But in the middle of the hard and the emotions, like, what is God teaching you right now?
Well, and I know this is probably a theme that everyone is feeling, but really, just to be still. I mean, we really have stuffed our lives, and just personally, I know I have. I've got way too much going on, and I've just been able to just be still and um, spend more time with him and his word. I've gotten and I really am going to miss this, a habit of getting up every morning and just praying, and I go on my walks, and I just am enjoying creation. And I've got my Bible app, and I've been doing a chronological reading, and so just being able to put that in and listen to that, and it's usually quiet. No one else is walking. In the middle of the day, everybody's walking the neighborhoods, but there's not anyone. I'm hearing the birds. It's just the simplicity of creation and His Word, and I mean, when I got this, or I guess when was it that they said that we were going to go back? Uh, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Anyway, I I was kind of sad about it a little bit, because I thought, no, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to, having a life just full of stuff. I really want to, my priorities, are kind of back in line, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I have been saying for the last couple of days at least, like, I don't want to go back to normal. Like, I think our normal needs to change a little bit from the busyness and the crazy that we have just filled it with. And so, yeah, I just want to take this time to really learn what God's wanting to teach me, and to change the things that need to be changed, to have those priorities switched up to be right and to be God honoring. So I love that. I love that you are taking that time in the morning. I think it's a precious time when it's calm and quiet, but that is great. Well, what would be one thing that you would say to encourage students, whether that's just your girls or anyone that may be watching, just to do in the time that we still have kind of left in this social distancing phase?
I would just say, don't let it get away. And that, that, like I said, when the announcement was made that we're going to be starting to open some things up, um, the time has already kind of gotten away, and if you don't use this, I mean, this can be a life changing, and hopefully it is. Hopefully they delved into the word and spent that quality time with him, and and that continues. I mean, I just think as an encouragement, we say that all the time, but I think we've been able to see that on a really um, just we'll never experience this again in our lives, and if we don't use this opportunity, then it's a missed opportunity. So hopefully they've grown closer to the Lord, that they've um, you know appreciated relationships more. I think we've all probably been in that boat too. That um, I miss my friends. I miss seeing their faces. I miss my other family that I haven't got to see, and I appreciate them more. We tend to take people for granted too. So yeah, just God's word, spending time with Him, and then the relationships we have.
Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing what you guys have been through and what the Lord's teaching you in that. And we're going to pray that this just blesses some students and maybe some moms and parents as well. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.